In the beginning, God created man and woman in His image. In marriage, His purpose for mankind is on display, and He declares that it is very good indeed.
Hello and welcome back to the Very Good Marriage Podcast. I'm Sean Robertson.
I'm Athena Robertson.
And we're coming to you again to talk about marriage. We've been enjoying this weekly discussion. We get to come before you guys and just talk about things that we've picked up along the way and things that we've learned and things that we're still trying to learn. So we just pray that it's been a blessing to each of you in some way. We know it's been a blessing for us, and not just in that we get to share with you guys, but in that we get to also try to strengthen our marriage through this process as well. So this is just as much for us as it is for anybody else, because again, we are not coming to you as experts who are trying to teach or preach. We are coming to you as a married couple who has dealt with a lot of stuff, and we're just trying to honor each other and love each other in a way that would be pleasing to God and would be biblically sound. So on that track, though, we do have some very exciting things coming up. We've talked about doing some interviews with some other couples who we admire or have been through some things that we just feel would be strong messages or encouragements to others, and we're very excited. We've got a couple of those on the books for the next handful of weeks, so stay tuned for that. We will be posting those probably within the next month or so. So again, this is not just about us. We want to bring other couples into the conversation and show what good God's been doing through a variety of people, not just in the Robertson house.
So if you're watching this and you have a cool story or a cool testimony, or God's done super cool, amazing things in your marriage or in your life, please reach out to us, and we'd love to chat with you about interviewing you for the podcast. And that would be cool, because we have a whole list of people we want to interview, and Lord willing, this will be going on for a while, so we have more room, right? We want to share the amazing testimonies and the amazing things that we learn along the way. The book The Grace Marriage talks about how there's a lot for like newlyweds, and then there's a lot for like crisis intervention, but there's not a lot about like the in-between. Like, how do you continue to have a good marriage? How do you communicate? How do you what's the verbiage I'm looking for? How do you maintain a marriage? And I think that that's part of the track that we want to go to, right? I mean, we've been through the crisis intervention. We've been through the newlywed stuff. We just want to be now a good sounding board for couples who maybe they didn't have necessarily crisis, but So your marriage doesn't necessarily have to have had betrayal or tragedy or crisis mode to have really cool things that God's doing, I guess is what I'm saying.
I mean, think about it this way, right? You get a brand new car, everything's working exactly the way it should be because it's all been calibrated perfectly, right? And let's say you go 4 years without doing a single oil change or tune-up or changing an air filter or anything like that on your vehicle. Yeah. At some point, it's not going to function very well at all.
Right.
And again, you could do almost irreparable harm by years of neglect.
Right.
Right? The good news is there is no irreparable harm that has been done in our marriage.
Right.
Right? We pray that there's no irreparable harm that's being done in anybody else's marriage either.
Right.
But again, this is maintenance time. We need to make sure that we are taking great care of each other and taking great care of the things that God's trusted us with. So, so diverting from that to what we're going to be talking about today, we don't have a specific topic necessarily, but I decided to spring some questions on Athena and she's going to answer them, and she's going to love it.
Or at
Right?
least pretend to. I'm
Yeah.
going to love it. It's going to be good.
Yeah. She's a top-notch actress, so you won't be able to tell if she's pretending or not.
That's not true. I'm a terrible liar.
Without further ado, I will ask the first question.
Okay.
And she's answered this question in a way already today, but I'm just going to ask her again because things change, right? So, what are some things that we used to do that you would like to do again?
Dance lessons.
She wants me to teach her how to dance again.
No matter how many times I hear that joke, I hate it every time. I bought dance lessons for us online. They're online dance lessons. So you buy them, you get a login. You log in, there's videos, step-by-step tutorials on how to dance. I bought them 2 or 3 years ago. And as a way to try to reconnect, because I knew something was awry, and I knew we needed intimacy, and I thought it would be really fun to learn how to dance in our living room. And we did it, and it was really fun.
Yeah.
And we haven't done it since. And now
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. So what did you like most about doing that? What was your favorite part of doing
I
dance?
think just the intimacy, the having to follow your lead, and I don't know, it was like a different way of learning each other, right? And
Yeah.
we were learning something together. That's always fun. So yeah, I think that would be really cool. Especially right now, I'm learning submission, allowing you
Another topic for another day.
allowing you to take the lead as the head of our household and rebuilding trust and intimacy between the two of us. So I think it would be really fun to, yeah, I think it would be fun.
Yeah. I agree.
I'll see if I can
But this
find,
isn't about me. This is about you.
see
So
if I can find the login. It's in my email.
yeah. Yeah, please do. I think that'd be great. Next question is, what things about our life together make you happy?
That's a good question. There's lots that makes me happy. Um, I like watching you develop into the leader of our home. I've enjoyed watching you take the lead with the boys. Our house is a lot more peaceful, a lot more just joyful. It doesn't feel as lonely. That makes me happy. Yeah, on a practical note, I think just you are always the jokester, right? Like you always keep things light and happy, and yeah. And the amount of quality time that we are able to spend together with the boys, like as a family unit.
Yeah.
I think that makes me happy. I love just being home with you and the boys. Or even if we're out in public or out at a friend's house or whatever, just the unity that I feel between all of us makes me very happy.
Yeah. Love that. How frequently do you notice these things?
The things that make me happy
Yeah.
every day.
That's fair. That was, I guess, a quick, easy answer.
Yeah, every day.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's something you'd like to do together that we've never done?
Ooh, that's a good question. Something that we've never done that I'd like to do. I don't know. I'd really like to travel outside the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking. We can say it on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Greece.
Russia.
I'd really love to travel to Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Oh, people say that Israel is just beautiful. But Australia.
They say that Australia is the Russia of the South.
I'm not going to Russia. This was my interview, not yours.
Sorry.
When I interview you, you can choose. We can choose where we go, or you
Okay.
can choose where we go.
It's not going to be Russia. I thought that was your thing.
No. Too cold.
So as far as Greece is concerned, because this is about you. This is me actively listening and not trying to not trying to steal the spotlight here. What makes Greece so inviting to you? Like traveling with me to Greece.
I just feel like traveling is fun. Like we've traveled to other states together, and I just like to travel. I like to go to new places, eat good food, see beautiful beaches and cities, and yeah, just have that experience with you. You're my best friend, so I feel like there's nobody else better to do it with, right?
Exciting. What was the last thing I did for you that you really enjoyed?
The last thing you did for me that I really enjoyed. I don't know, you do lots for me.
How about the macaroni art?
You don't do macaroni art, don't. Yeah, I don't know. You always seem to find little ways, like even just like taking the trash out when I forget, or yeah, just those kinds of little things around the house I appreciate.
What made it so pleasant for you?
I didn't have to take the trash out.
That's fair. So, I guess side note or sidebar question: is it more meaningful to you to have the small, regular acts of service that I do versus like a big grand gesture?
Yes.
And why is that your preference?
Because I think daily little things are more impactful for me because it takes things off my plates daily, right? If you wait 2 weeks to do something for me, I'm overwhelmed by the end of that 2 weeks. And then while it feels like a bigger gesture, it's always like, or it would be like, okay, but I've been drowning for 2 weeks and now you're deciding to help me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
So I feel like daily little reminders that you're here and you're involved and notice things. Yeah?
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Which of our couple friends or acquaintances do you admire the most?
Oh man, that's hard. Oh, that's so hard because
Is that
I can think of several and it's for so many different reasons, right?
Yeah.
Like each couple that I have in my mind are each good at different things, but equally good at them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So we have very good friends, Sherry and Randy. And I love watching them. She is just such a joyful wife, and they just communicate well. I mean, they've been married for a very long time. Not very long time, but long time.
60?
Stop it. No. I'm sorry. If you're watching, no. No, they've been through some hard stuff, and they're going through some hard stuff, and I think that they just love each other. They just genuinely love the Lord, and they just genuinely love each other, and they depend on Him, and yeah, they're just such a good couple. Yeah. And then our newest friends. I don't know how many people I want to name, like without them knowing I'm naming them, you know?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
You don't have to necessarily name.
I think they, the level of respect that they have for each other, even when the other person's not around, like the way she speaks about her husband, you can just tell that there's a respect and there's a love and there's a submission there that I just respect and admire so much. And she's just so careful about the way she speaks about him and speaks even to him, or even like around her children, how she speaks about him, just things like that. I've just noticed she's just so, she just has a very healthy level of respect and submission and love for her husband, and I just really admire that. You know, in Proverbs 31 it talks about how her husband is known, like is well known and well respected in the city because of her, right? I think that is like the verse that I think about when I think about that couple is, I could never imagine hearing anything bad about her husband come out of her mouth.
Yeah.
I just like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we talked in the love episode about bearing all things, right?
Yes.
And that was really about concealing faults, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And I that one just really stuck with me, you know. Like I used to brag, even before I was saved, I used to brag about you to people at work, you know, just what a great wife you were and everything like that. But I still, even so, I don't think I did a great job of concealing your faults, you know, even to like the kids or anything like that, you know.
Right.
Again, this is not to air your dirty laundry or anything like that, but, you know, anxiety was a beast. And, you know, it would come out in ways that, you know, they didn't understand. And I didn't do a good job of protecting you in those situations, you know. So that one really kind of hit me as something that I think is really, really important for a married couple. And I think you're right. I really admire that quality of just that couple is they're a great couple, and like I said, I just really admire that quality in them. So that's great. So what is the best part about being together?
The best part about being together. Well, I just said you're my best friend, right? Like, I think that, especially after you've been through some stuff, right? I think that the level of intimacy and the level of like truly just knowing each other is so special in marriage that you can't even get with a friend. Like, I'm not fake with any of my friends by any stretch of the imagination, but there is a level of like, my guard is completely down with you, right? So I think that, I think that's the best part, is just being able to be truly known as much as a human can know each other, right? Like, you are only truly fully known by God, right? He knows my thoughts and he knows my heart and he knows my motives. You don't, but I can express them to you without fear of, judgment and things like that. So, and we just always try to find fun. I think over the years I've gotten less fun. It's okay, you can agree with me. I think just the stress of kids and stuff like that, I think, I have to be reminded sometimes that it's okay to have fun going to the grocery store or, doing the mundane things.
What's fun about the grocery store?
You always make the grocery store fun. We used to love shopping together. We used to go shopping all the time, just window shopping even. One of our first dates was Black Friday shopping.
It was, and we left an entire cart full of stuff in the middle of Target.
We didn't buy anything at Target. Yeah, because it was so packed. We were in there for so long because we were just having so much fun. And then we got to the checkout line, and it was like through the entire store, and we were like, nope. We went to a different store, but
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, just being able to have fun. Like no matter what we're doing, you always try to make things fun.
Well, I'm sorry for the times when I'm trying and it's not fun.
No, I'm sorry for the times that you're trying and it's not, right?
Yeah. So, how does it make you feel? How are those things about being together? I know you said secure.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, secure and safe. That's kind of the same thing, but and just relieved. Like I feel like we're kind of coming back around to what we used to be, but even better.
Yeah.
Like we had a really good foundation in that, even in the beginning, right? Like, and you guys have heard our story. If you haven't, it's up. But we pretty much said, okay, this is it. We're doing this, and that was it. There was no looking back.
Yeah.
And I felt like we were in it together, no matter what came. We went through some hard stuff in the beginning, even, and it was just like us against the world, right? And now that we've broken down all of the bad stuff, all of the idols, and all of the baggage and all of that, Jesus cleared all that out, right? And now our foundation is built on Him. We are just that much stronger because of that, right? So I feel like now we're starting to get back at like, and that just is a relief. It's just, I feel like I carried a lot for many years, you know, as things started to get kind of weird and bad and then really bad. I feel like I carried a lot alone, and I felt like we kind of lost each other a little bit, and now coming back stronger because we have a better foundation, right?
Right.
I think it's just a relief. It's just like I can breathe.
Yeah. And this is no excuse or anything like that, but you know, when my foundation for everything that I did was my own strength, and I was already coming off of shaky ground because again, I was before Athena and I got together, my life was a mess. It was a complete mess. It was headed for disaster. I didn't know where I was going to end up. I thought I was going to move out of the state, and I had no idea what was going to happen. I just was kind of like searching for something to give me stability, and you know, in a lot of ways, I kind of used our marriage for some of that too. It was almost like an excuse to get my stuff together. So you know, I myself was not on solid ground when we first got together, but I think we did together. We built a pretty decent foundation, but you know, my
as
side,
best as two broken people can.
yeah, I was gonna say my side had a whole lot of decay sitting underneath that foundation that was about to just let this thing rot out and drop. So, but yeah, I definitely think that's cool.
Yeah.
So, what makes us a good team?
Jesus. I feel like we were a good team, but I feel like now, like especially, you know, being born again, Holy Spirit filled, like truly being able to trust Jesus gives me such a deeper trust for you, because I know that even if you mess it up, He's got it, right?
Right.
So I think that us being a good team, our communication is so much better because it's not just the two of us anymore.
Yeah.
And it's not us relying on each other and our own flesh anymore. We have, again, that firm foundation of Jesus. Like we are on the same page. We have the same goals. We have, you know, our life is going on the same path now. I think that's what makes us a good team. We have the same interests and the same, you know, kingdom goals. It's not just selfish ambition anymore. It's kingdom mindedness. I think that is truly, I don't know how we did it without, and I don't know how people do it without. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, it leads to the decay and the destruction, right? So, yeah, I think that's what makes us a good team.
Yeah. Well, and you just kind of keyed in on some stuff that had been on my mind too. Just thinking about the importance of purpose and mission and values and goals and all those things. I know those are all things that are like very, very much integrated into the business world. So like every successful business has some iteration of, a mission statement, a purpose statement, values, goals, all those sorts of things. But in our home, we've established kind of the same framework, and we don't always do a great job of kind of measuring everything against the framework, but it's there. And when we're really kind of at this crossroads of like what's going on right now, how do we evaluate this in terms of where we want to be? We have that framework to go back to, right? It's kind of like almost like a safety net in a sense, for lack of better terms. But that's something that I think we will probably flesh out more in another episode at some point. But that's definitely something I have been thinking about. But what could we do to be an even better team?
Just keep pressing in, right? Just keep asking the Lord to search us and mold us and shape us and refine us. And using the tools that we've been given, using, the communication tools that we've learned, and making sure that we both are taking and making our relationship with God the most important, right?
Yeah.
Prayer time and scripture and renewing our mind, and just making sure that we aren't responding in our flesh, and and just like I said, asking the Lord to search us, Yeah.
All right, so this is the last question, and this one feels a little self-serving, but we're going to entertain it. So,
okay.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how am I doing as a husband?
So I could say one of two things. I could tell you how you're really doing.
That'd be great.
Or I could not, because, okay, I'm going to say 9. I wanted to say 10. The reason I'm saying 9.
I don't know if I believe you if you said 10.
Right. So that's my point. Because we are not Jesus. We are not perfect. And we still have moments, right? Like I'd give myself a 7. Right? Like I know there are still moments that we can do better. So I would like to strive to do better from where you were, 2 years ago.
Right.
9's a big improvement.
Yeah. I would say, what was I, like an 8, like a couple years?
No. In all seriousness, so I feel like right, especially because of that whole, love bears all things, and, right? I don't want to focus on faults. I don't want to focus on things.
Yeah, we did that whole episode on performance-based love, right? I mean, so this is not, trying to earn trying to earn any sort of adoration or anything like that, or like from you or from anybody else, right? I'm not trying to,
right.
The goal of the question is not to put myself on display and say, look at me, I'm doing such a great job.
Right.
This is an honest assessment, But if you feel like things are going great, that's good feedback too, right? Even if there's not anything super constructive right now that we can pick and say, like, yeah, this isn't going well, so really we're back at a 6. But I feel like it would fluctuate,
Right.
Like right now we can say it's a 9, but 2 weeks from now, I could be at a 6, or
Well, and I think that one of the most important things is, again, we just talked about how we could be a better team. Making sure we're focusing on our relationship with God. You do really good with that. Like, you are in your word every day. I know that you pray every day. Like, you truly put God first. And I think that and I know for myself, when I am not in my scriptures, when I'm not renewing my mind, I start to take things more personally. I start to get anxious and overwhelmed more, right? Like, so it's not really your performance based. It's more, how connected are you to God? Because the closer we are connected to God and the better we're doing with our relationship with Him, the better that's going to outflow, because ultimately, none of us are good. None of us do good. We all live in our flesh, right? Any goodness that's in us is His love and mercy and grace overflowing through us, right?
Yeah.
So I think the more connected that you are to Holy Spirit, the better husband you're going to be, because, right?
Right.
So I think that's why, but I can't give you a 10 because you're human, right?
Of course. Yeah.
And, and there are times like I said, we respond in our flesh, or we don't use the communication tools we've been given and things like that. And that doesn't necessarily mean you're being a bad husband. It just means, we have lost connection somewhere and we need to make it right. And I think too, even in those moments, I don't think I'd score you lower, because there's still that desire to do, like, to strive for better, right? There's that desire to, like, that's just a moment. That's not our lifestyle anymore. So I feel like even in those moments, even 2 weeks from now, even if we have a couple bad days, which I don't see that happening. It's been a while since it's been that long. Like, right? Like, we usually we don't brush under the rug as much anymore as we used to. I just think that it would be, because we are on the same path, because we do have the same, connection to God and things like that, that it doesn't feel as devastating if we respond negatively to one another one day, or or in a conversation or something, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't feel like you could probably slip much more underneath a 9.
Well, it's very nice of you to say. But so the goal of that question again is, it's a calibration question, right? It's not a performance driven question. It's how well are we in sync, right?
Yeah.
So the follow-up question to that, and we don't really have anywhere to go with this right now, just because of where we are at the moment, which, again, this is not gloating. This is not saying that our marriage is perfect, right? Obviously, we still have things that we need to work on. But the follow-up question to that is, what's one thing that I could do to move up a notch? And I think the key there is, let's say that an honest assessment, you're at a 3.
Yeah.
Right? There's times where I think Athena may have scored me a 3 or even less, right? The goal is to move up a notch, right? How can I go from a 1 to a 2? How can I go from a 3 to a 4? Because if you try to say, well, what can I do to get to a 9 from a 3, man, that's going to be a long list, and it's going to feel impossible. But if I can do something to get from a 3 to a 4, then, we do this in a couple more weeks, and you tell me I'm a 4, and I say, okay, great. What can I do to get to a 5? Right?
Yeah.
And again, this is not performance-based love, right?
No.
This is really just calibration, trying to assess, like, where are we at right now? Those are healthy conversations. Where are we at? How are things going? And I guess when you have those conversations, they need to be in a mind space where you are open and receptive to feedback.
Yeah, don't do it in a fight.
No, you have to be ready to accept the honest truth.
Right.
Right. And again, this is a situation in which you are actively working on correcting, whatever situation you're in, or just again taking a pulse on your marriage.
Yeah.
We do that a lot. Like, it's not always that kind of question. Sometimes Athena will just say, "Hey, are we okay?" That kind of thing. And that's another way you can do it. But this on a scale of 1 to 10, that may feel a little bit more performance based. So maybe it's not the right question for you, right? Maybe it is just more like, how are we doing? But I think the 1 through 10 thing gives you a little bit more of like, I guess, a visual as to how like if you say, how are we doing? You could say, oh, we're doing fine. Well, fine could be anywhere from 4 to 4 to 10,
Yeah,
like,
right.
honestly, right? Like,
Right.
what is fine to you, right? But if we, if you kind of put a number on it, it feels a little bit more concrete. But again, it's got to be safe to do that. So please don't try to do that if it's not
Yeah.
safe to do that. So,
Right.
and those questions are not questions that I came up with on my own. They actually came from Focus on the Family.
Oh.
So it was from one of their little marriage podcast things. So, or not podcast, but just a article. Yeah, article thing. So, so I pulled it off of there. Again, those are questions I think that are good to ask of each other. It's not necessarily me needing to ask her. Maybe the wife needs to ask the husband these questions, or, just to try to spark conversation and just talk more about marriage. But I think, honestly, any conversations you can have where there's good, healthy questions being asked and you're in a headspace to give good, healthy answers,
Yeah.
there's going to be a blessing, right? There's going to be something good that happens from that. So I just encourage you guys, ask any of those questions, ask all those questions of each other, just have discussions, ask your own questions. You can ask completely different ones, but have conversations, be open to receiving feedback, and really listen. If she's telling you, hey, I really miss doing dance lessons, well, guess what? You better believe we're going to be dancing, right? And I'm going to pretend like I don't know how, so that we both seem like we're learning at the same time. Because
This is one of those times I'm forgetting how funny you are.
I understand. So, on that note, anything else you wanted to kick out there?
No, I think that's fun.
Yeah, it was fun. So we're not going to be on the interviewee side in the next couple weeks, but definitely please stay tuned for the interviews that we have coming up.
I'm so
tune back in for those.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
These first 2 interviews are the ones I've been most excited for.
No offense to anybody after that.
Oh, no.
We love you all.
Yeah, no. I just know. Yeah, so some of the other ones I didn't really know what to expect yet. These 2 I know what to expect, so I'm really excited for them. So yeah, no offense to anybody else. I'm excited for all the interviews. And mostly just to see what the Lord is doing in people's lives. Like, just to give glory to Him for all the amazing things that He's done in people's marriages and in people's lives. Amen. And it's going to be cool. And ultimately to give people hope, right?
Yeah.
To give people hope and to give them the encouragement that there is a firm foundation out there. And if your foundation is shaky, we have a God that will come lay new concrete, right?
Yeah.
So I just think it's going to be really exciting for that reason. Plus, they're our first 2 interviews, so it's exciting to finally get them going. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, no, I think everybody on our list is going to be amazing. I just know what these next 2 are going to be. Like for the content, and I'm excited for the content.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Well, speaking of content, just real quick, I just want to mention we do have a website that Athena worked endlessly on She toiled and put together a beautiful website. It's verygoodmarriage.com. I encourage you guys to go check it out. We will drop a link in the information section of the video, so please just check it out if you feel led to do that. Really, it's just a place that you can go to, again, see our story, a brief summary of it anyway, and just see the things that we're doing and connect with us. We've got other options to connect and other things that we're doing besides the podcast. So check it out. Again, this is not shameless self-promotion. We are giving all glory to God. There's no paywall up for any of this stuff. We are just doing this because we owe our Creator for all the blessings that He keeps pouring out onto us.
Amen.
So we love you all, and we hope to see you again soon.
Thanks for watching.